I want to go across to Narendra Taneja first, because we are seeing whether it is the TRS government in Telangana, whether it is the DMK government in Tamil Nadu, the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab and Delhi, Congress governments elsewhere, the opposition is getting together to push back against Prime Minister Modi's ideas of Revadi and fighting against this freebie culture. Why do you, as a spokesperson of the BJP, believe that this battle against freebies is so important in Indian politics at this juncture, and how exactly do you define what a freebie is and why is it problematic to you?
Good question. You see, Rahul, India is a welfare state and we are a mixed economy. I mean, it's nothing new for, since independence, government, both at the center and various states, we are spending billions on education and health and building infrastructure, and also coming out with schemes to protect the vulnerable sections of our society. That's our national duty. And, and that's, of course, if you look at our track record since we came to power in 2014, I'm talking of Prime Minister Narendra Modi government, we have done the maximum for the vulnerable section of the society. We have, come up with revolutions like, LPG cylinder and, LED bulbs and healthcare, health insurance, and the list just goes on and on. So we are all for taking care of the vulnerable society because we think that's our national duty.
No, but let's take, for example, free electricity, which the Prime Minister and the BJP seem to think of as a Revadi or a freebie, which is a key part of what a party like the Aam Aadmi Party wants to promise, where they believe that giving 200, 300 units of free electricity is very useful for poor families. So who decides what is a freebie? One person's freebie is somebody else's economic welfare.
No, that's precisely the point. The point is that, when it comes to electricity, good you mentioned it. You see, just look at the overall how capital intensive it is, to produce electricity, right from, sourcing fuel to making it available to the consumers. We have done in electricity, for instance, the LED revolution, and that we are saving crores every hour. That's the way to do it. Instead of saying that using it as a kind of this thing, all right, you give me vote and this is what I'm going to give you. For completely ignoring the economics of it, both at the national level and also at producing. And one state, like in Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party in the last election went even further. He offered free petrol and CNG. And that's completely ignoring the fact that we import bulk of our petrol, crude oil and natural gas. Completely. So what the Prime Minister is referring to is Revadi. Revadi means when you offer something which against the welfare of the same people, the economic prosperity of the same people you are targeting. You are doing that, ignoring the economic fundamentals, ignoring their own welfare, ignoring the fundamentals of economics, and in the process expecting that I'm giving something and in return they will vote me. So that's kind of offering bribe, if I may use the... So Revadi and freebies actually are two different things.
The charge against the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal is that you are trying to bribe voters, that parties like yours, by offering free electricity, etc., are giving these Revadis because in a state like Gujarat, you have no real claim against the BJP. By offering these freebies, you are trying to bribe voters into voting for you, and this is very dangerous because I have data from different states. Take Punjab, for example, which is teetering on financial stress. 53.3% is the current level of the debt to state GDP ratio. So if you already have a 53% debt as a percentage of gross state domestic product, that's a very high level of financial stress a state like Punjab is on. Instead of cleaning up the finances, making states more financially viable, in a bid to expand your footprint, you are taking Indian politics on a dangerous path.
Rahul, let's first ask the question, how did a state like Punjab, the most prosperous state in the 80s, which had the highest per capita income nationally, today has become one of the bottommost states? How did the 3 lakh crore debt come? It was not because Aam Aadmi Party came to power. It was because Congress, BJP and Akali Dal have jointly looted the state and given away money in all kinds of things and have caused corruption. Look at the state of UP, 6 lakh crores of debt. Look at the state of Gujarat, another 3 lakh crores of debt. Are these people giving any free schemes to the people? No. But still these states are in distress. On the other side, you look at Delhi. Delhi is today the only state, as the CAG report says, which is running a surplus budget for the last 5 years.
Delhi gets a lot of central financing, a lot of aid from the central government, so it's not really a full state. You can't compare a Delhi with a Gujarat.
You can, Rahul, because let's not forget, Delhi government gets no money out of the Finance Commission, and that's a case pending in the Supreme Court. We are only dependent on our own taxes, but that's not the point. The larger point, Rahul, allow me to make this, is today we are seeing two distinct economic philosophies in this country today, and it's a welcome debate to have in the 75th year of our independence. On one side, BJP is giving tax waivers of 5 lakh crore to their corporate friends. They have done write-offs of loans worth 10 lakh crores, but they want to recover money by putting GST on atta, dal, chini and all of that. And at the other side, they're saying we have no money to give to the poor. They are still not committing when will education become free and quality in the rest of the country. When will healthcare become free and quality in the rest of the country. All they want to do is squeeze the poor, give money to their rich friends, and ensure that parties like AAP, which are running an honest government, mind you, not a deficit government, but giving these basic utilities in our country in the 75th year of independence so that people of this country can live a life of dignity, they have a problem of that. And that is what the people of this country, the people of Gujarat,